Now, hey guys, welcome back to Tech Channel, and today we'll be looking at the Aerosoft CRJ that has recently been released for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and this is my first impressions of it, what I think of the jet, and how I would expect it to be run, and me trying to start it, which I've actually failed kind of badly at. It did not work very well the first time I tried it, that's definitely for sure. So I actually did record original audio. This is actually me recording this, so I'm actually not actively playing the game, because the original recording actually was just too loud by the engine noises, so I had to delete those, and I'm just voiceovering it now, so that's basically what I'm doing. So right now I'm just trying to figure out the aircraft systems and how everything basically works. So just checking out the feel of the aircraft and basically how it would run. So I don't really know what I'm doing here, but I'm just checking out how the systems work and if everything works pretty well, which it probably does, because that's how that works. And that's another outside view, but I think what we're going to do now is I'm actually going to switch over to the CRJ 550, and I would switch over to the United library, because this is San Francisco, and San Francisco is littered with United planes. You wouldn't find a Lufthansa regional CRJ in San Francisco. That doesn't make any sense. You would find a United though. So here we are on the United aircraft, and as you can see, the livery looks pretty good actually. So I'm just looking at it now. It looks pretty much the same because it is the CRJ 550 still. And it is really nice. So now I'm actually trying to figure out the battery systems itself. I failed pretty miserably at it. It turns out there's a few steps to doing so, but I actually didn't do very much well with it, so you can just enjoy me just figuring out how to start this, which in the end was not as hard as I thought it was, but it still was pretty hard. I never got the engine started on my own. Now I'm just trying to figure out how the full fuel pumps work, so I think I did pretty well on that one. And I'm just pressing all the buttons, trying to figure out how to get the APU started. Yet there's a clear button that says the APU is, so don't touch those. So now I'm starting to push back right now, because I think I've managed to get the engines working correctly, which I didn't. The engines are still not running, even though it looks like they are. It's really weird. I think it has to do with the fact that I didn't do something right. That's probably what happened, not that I lie about it. But other than that, it looks pretty easy to run the aircraft. So now the pushback tug is just hooking us up, and hopefully by then we would get on our way with the flight, of me trying to get the plane to work properly, which it obviously doesn't, because I'm an idiot. So just pushing back very slowly now, but hopefully in a little bit we're able to get it to run its own power. And that's when it'll actually take off. We'll see in a minute. So now I'm actually just trying something completely different. It's taken forever, and I'm just trying a third try right here. And this try has also failed, so I'm taking 3 tries now basically to try to get this aircraft to start. I failed all 3 times. But I'm not going to give up. I'm going to figure out how to run this aircraft the way it should be run. If it's going to take forever, it's going to take forever. And in 3, 2, 1, now we're on the runway, using a little bit of cheating method, the Microsoft Flight Simulator basic default menu, and now we're going to be starting off our takeoff run. So if we set everything up, we relieve our parking brake in a second, and then if we were to push our throttles forward, which I will do in a second, hopefully, if the video keeps up with what it's supposed to do, and it does. So now I have just pushed the throttles forward, now accelerated down the runway. Cool thing about this though is it feels really nice. When I was flying the aircraft in the game, it felt really, really nice. It felt like it was real easy to control, which it really is. It actually is very easy to control, and I like it for that reason. So now we're climbing into the air. We're about to rotate. We're rotating on runway 28 right, and lift off just after 28 left. I don't know why it does that. happens a little every single while, a little bit on takeoff sometimes, and then there I am just looking at the outside exterior of the aircraft as the gears coming up, and that was beautiful. That is a beautiful picture right there. That I'm going to put on my paint system panes, and be a similar picture for the thumbnail of this video. I think it's over water actually. Other than that, it looks really cool. Now I'm just testing out the aerodynamics-ish. Stretching the aircraft. I have weight and crash disabled because I don't need to worry about that right now. I'd rather just fly the plane. So now probably about now I'll probably engage the autopilot, which I would probably do. And I'll just hang out the plane just a little bit, and this plane is really easy to fly. I would highly recommend, if you got $50 spent and you happen to be watching this video, I would definitely recommend this aircraft. It is very nice. Once you get the hang of it, and once you figure out how to get the engine started, which I still have not managed to do, sadly, then it's definitely good to go. Aerosoft has done a very nice job on the aircraft, and I think that most other reviewers would agree. So now I'm just playing with the autopilot settings itself. Autopilot is actually pretty straightforward. It's actually one of the easier autopilots to learn, actually. I would say after the Airbus A320, it's much easier to learn the 747 or 787. It's got the same still panel. There's no, like, screen to display like the things. You just have to rely on the instruments on those primary flight display and the waypoint machine, I guess is what it's called. But other than that, it's really easy to fly. So if you want to enjoy the rest of this content, the rest of the video, you can, but you can sign up now you want. But my name is Engineer L, and me and the Aerosoft CRJ and the area above San Francisco International Airport will bid you all farewell.